Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. So I'm still looking here at this wave 2 correction that could be starting imminently, but obviously to the beginning of the year the price did go up quite a bit more, and I don't think this is still a B wave, so we probably have to delay the move down a little bit, not change the count really in too much in too much extent, but to a great extent it's more like just delaying the move down. With the latest move up, we can adjust the wave count here a little bit, the overall Elliott wave count, and I would start to make the assumption that actually the way this looks now, we had a wave 1 up here, so that was actually a wave 1 peak. We can count the move up as an impulse. I did have that as an alternative before on the chart in a similar way. Then I would have to assume that the wave 2 down here was reached on the, when was that? On the 23rd of November. Just change that. Oops. So then we had a wave 3 here to the upside, which peaked not here, but here. That was the high at around 1841 on the 13th of December. And then with the wave 4 to the downside, that was this low here that we put in on the 22nd of December. And now we are in a wave 5 to the upside, probably not yet finished. That's how this extends further. We never broke below the wave B low. Remember before I had in the last video this B wave low on the chart, and I said confirmation that we are moving down would be a break below the B wave low. Now that hasn't happened yet. Sometimes it's worth to wait for these confirmations, because sometimes these waves can extend out a bit. But I still think we're getting towards the end of this move up. We're getting sort of close to exhaustion. I had 2 patterns on the chart. I think we can now just delete one and add sort of this larger trend channel to the chart, which, let me take that out, which shows that we haven't really reached the top of the wedge yet, but it's an ascending wedge, so this is normally a pattern of exhaustion. I mean, you can never say never. This could also break out to the upside, but likelihood would suggest that it's not going to do that. Sooner or later we are gonna get that wave 2 correction anyway. I mean, overall it's going quite well with gold. I mean, we did turn around in the larger reversal area. So we have put in probably a wave 1, or we are going to put in that wave 1 very shortly. With that latest move up, we don't really have any evidence yet that the peak is in, the top is in. So I would be looking here at a possible, at possible resistance at the top of the channel. That would now be around 1865, 1867. I think, and I would need to go back to the previous videos, I think in the last one or the one before, I did talk about if we break the recent high, target would be around the 1860 level or so. I would need to go back and double check. But I think that comes into force now with an alternative wave 5 now becoming the primary, in that we have got here a larger diagonal pattern that's actually unfolding here for gold, a leading diagonal basically. And that's where we are. And I just have to make one correction. I did say we can count this as an impulse. No, I would rather count each of these waves if it's a leading diagonal as an ABC. That's possible. So we can count, for example, this move up as an A wave, B wave, and then the C wave up in 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can count the wave 3 as an ABC, very clear actually, or WXY, you can even count it. Here, 3-wave structure. Then the wave 4 as well, and here now a 3-wave structure in wave 5. That's normally what you would see in a diagonal pattern. These can be hard to spot. Sometimes an impulse morphs into a diagonal. And so I would still be looking at this wave 2 correction. However, I have to adjust now the target range a little bit, because we moved up a bit higher since the last video, so it won't change a lot. Depending on how high we go, let's assume we go to 1865. Then, which is the top of the channel, plus minus a few dollars. Then we can now adjust the target range to 1742, which is the 50% retracement, and the 78.6 retracement 1671. Not too much has changed, so a slight adjustment of the support area. And then what we need to do now, or at least what I'm doing, I'm waiting for this ABC correction, which should start in the wave 2. Oops, like this basically. Yeah. And as soon as I have a signal that this is starting, I will let you know. Certainly a good signal that it's starting would be a break out of the trend channel to the downside, and then confirmation usually when you break below the wave 4 low, which was here at 1793. Yeah, and that's my update about gold. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.